Yeah, there's just nothing, and this is nothing happening. There might be an apparent happening, which is the story. That seems to have a beginning that began uh, somewhere, but all these are just stories. But this, as it is not a story. It's really nothing. It can never be measured. It can never be known. It can never be understood. What can be known or understood are just stories, concepts, labels, and knowledge in the memory. The knowledge in the memory has to do with knowing, the apparent knowing of the labels, stories, certain stories, dynamic ones. But this isn't a story. And there's no one who can know what this is. This is unknowable. This isn't going anywhere. There's no time. Therefore, there's no past, present, and a future. There's just this, which is already not moving. And this, as it is already shapeless, yet appearing as different shapes. It can never be grasped. It can never really be described because it is already beyond any description. What seems to be a description, they can be just a description of concepts, words used as concepts to describe that which is beyond any description. But everything as it is already empty, is already nothing. Every story, every sensation, every feeling, the feeling of not being there is already empty. There's no one behind that. It's just this which is nothing expressing as a feeling of not being there. There's no one behind it. The feeling of getting closer to this is just a feeling. It's already empty. It's just already nothing expressing as a feeling of not of getting closer. Yet there is really nothing to get closer to. There's really nowhere to get to. There's really nothing to find. There's really no finder to find anything. There's just this, which is nothing. So there is that sense of okayness here with whatever that seems to be happening, stories, sounds, sensations, everything is okay because everything is already an expression of nothing. This, there's really no separation here. There's nothing separate from this to get this. There's really nothing to deconstruct here. There's really no one to fall away. There's just this, whatever is arising, the falling away, which is already empty, somebody looking for something, which is already empty. It's not personal. Trying to get something doesn't mean that there is a real somebody who's trying to get something, and doesn't mean that there's really something to get. All there is nothing. All there is this. All there is spaciousness, wholeness already. There's nothing sticking out. There's no separation. There's no you in this. There's just simply this. And this has been given so many names, but itself as it is already nameless, is already not a thing. So there is no separation. Therefore, there is no one to mislead. Yeah. Because there is really nothing happening here. There is really nothing to be done about this. What is can never be done. What is just what is. What is has no one already to know what is. It's just what is. Yet somebody trying to know what is just what is. Everything, every movement, apparent movement, thinking, feeling is just what is, expressing as that. There is really nothing separate from this already. The sense of being separate from this is just a sense. It doesn't belong to anyone. There is really no one behind that sense who can claim to be there. There's just simply the sense, which may in time may seem to dissipate, may seem to fall away. So there's no doer of this. There's no one doing this. Even talking right now, it may seem as if there's somebody talking to somebody. But that is just a story. There's already no one talking to anyone here. There's just talking happening, listening happening, which isn't being done by anybody. It's just simply happening. Even thinking that it's being done by somebody is just what's happening. It's got nothing to do with a separate self or an individual. What seems to be an individual is just thought-based. It's just a thought. And thoughts, when are looked for, they can never really be found. The separate self is just a thought construct, which is already appearing in this as this. It's got nothing to do with anyone. Thoughts don't belong to anyone. There is already no thinker of thoughts. What seems to be the thinker of thoughts is just another thought appearing in this as this. So here, as this talking is happening, it is also seen that there's no one who's talking and there's no one who's listening there. There's no there and no here. There's just simply this. This can never be measured. This is already shapeless.